It does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station. It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today.
Hot mics.
All right.
Get ready. The guy that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Now here's your host, Jason Bible.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. It's Jason Bible. This is not a repeat show. I'm coming to you live.
Mics.
It's Jason Bible coming to you live. Right Path Real Estate. Today, I'd like to talk about the building blocks of wealth.
Hey, I'm not getting you here.
Can you not hear me? So today I want to talk about the building blocks of wealth and the best way to build wealth and how we built wealth in our business, in our family, starting about 7 years ago.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. I don't know why.
I'm not getting you.
Can you go ahead and go to commercial?
Sure. Okay, fine.
In your brick, doors that stick.
So you can't hear me
I
on
don't
your...
know what's going on. I'm not getting you.
I can hear you just fine over here. Is it a setting on your board
Yeah,
there?
I'm not getting you on here though.
Question of if you have movement.
Well, how can you hear me now?
Call Foundation Check.
I have no. I mean, I'm hearing you through Q, but I'm not hearing you on air.
Foundation
Huh.
Check has been in business
Yeah, that's got to be
since
something on your
2009
end because
and has completed over
we get a single
1,400
feed that just goes
evaluations.
right to you guys.
We're not in the business of
And I
repairing
know they can hear us on
foundations
Facebook
or
Live,
selling you
so I
unnecessary
don't know
paperwork,
what's going
but
on.
we are in the business of evaluating.
Sounds like something
your
on the radio
foundation. Our
side.
product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our
Hold on, give me a
files is
second.
reviewed
Okay.
by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before ever repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346.
I'm gonna play another commercial. I'll be back.
Okay.
3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Yeah, thanks Facebook folks. I figured y'all could hear me, but sounds like something's
Time is
wrong
money
on
in
the
a real estate
terrestrial side.
deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset.
All right, we'll let them figure it
They know
out,
what
and
you
if
need
not,
when
we're
you
just
need
going to do our own
Are you a
show.
Are you a
And when they get it
rehabber,
fixed out or fixed
buy
on
and
their
hold
end,
or flipper?
we'll get going.
Bundling your properties on a single
Oh.
saves time and money.
What a
Benchmark has been in
day.
business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
All right, Mr. Producer, are we live now?
All right, give me a second. I'm still trying to phase out.
Doors
Okay.
that stick or sheetrock that's coming apart, then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation
Is this what
Check
happens
has
when you
been in
send an
business
email out
since
to like 100,000
2009
people
and
saying
has
you're going to be on the
completed
radio
over
show?
1,400 evaluations.
The radio show
We're
doesn't
not in
work.
the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary peer work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before ever repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com. Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure this out right now.
Okay.
The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like
Yeah,
that.
because you can hear us on Facebook, but we can't hear you over the air.
And the agency for that is Benchmark.
Yeah,
Texas.
I don't know. I
Team
mean,
at Benchmark understands the investment
we've got
process.
one channel
They know
out
what
here,
you
so
need and when you need
if
it.
if they can't hear me on Facebook,
Call
then you
Houston's
guys wouldn't be able to
leading
hear
real
me.
estate
But
risk
it's got to be
management
something on
expert.
y'all's end.
Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas.
So we've only got, it goes right through the brick link to the
281-569-4353.
studio, so it's
That's 281-569-4353.
one feed, if you will, that goes back to y'all.
BenchmarkBroker.com.
Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next.
All right, we're going to try
Appraisal.
something.
All right.
NextGen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
All right, hot mics.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Can everybody hear me now?
Now we got you. We got you.
Oh, man. It looks like our radio equipment was having a case of the Mondays. If you guys are familiar with Office Space. If you haven't watched that movie, you need to. It's kind of a Christmas movie, isn't it? Office Space, kind of a Christmas movie. Anyway. All right. Today we're going to talk about the building blocks of wealth. I do this is Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. You hadn't heard me in the last couple of months because Tom's really kind of running the show over here. So I actually sold the company to Tom, and I've been buying a lot of real estate, and we're partners in two other companies, which has been a lot of fun. But he's out in Disney with one of our other business partners, Robert. Robert's a huge fan of Disney. He and his wife they go a couple of times a year. So Tom's got the family, Robert's got his family, and they're all running around Disney World right now. So if you see them, say hi to everybody for me. So some of us had to stay back and work. So I'm flying solo here today for the Right Path Radio Show program. But let me talk today about building blocks of wealth. Every morning, I do a brief Facebook Live video of just whatever kind of comes to mind in the morning. A lot of it's kind of out of the inbox stuff. Open up my email in the morning. I see what I'm getting emails for. And then I'll just do a quick Facebook Live, just sharing with folks what it looks like to be a real estate investor that does this full time, that does this as a career. I don't recommend everybody turn their life upside down and be a full-time real estate investor or business owner. But I like to give a little of this stuff out from time to time. So this morning, I was talking about a handful of things. The new number, I'll call it what it is, the new number. And what is the new number? We've shared with you before on this radio program the number you need for retirement. And it's steeped in some basic math. And it makes a lot of assumptions, but it's a pretty solid number. And here's the number. The number you need to retire. Take your annual expenses, multiply it by 25. That's what you need to retire. Make simple math of it. If your family spends $100,000 a year, you need $2.5 million to be able to retire. That's the number. It's that simple. It's a rule of 25. It's a great rule. Got it from the guys
Okay,
over
we have
at
2 minutes to the actual break. I'm sorry.
I got it from the guys there at Mr. Money Mustache. $2.5 million. That's what you need. You have $2.5 million invested in the market. You draw down about 4% a year. That includes 3% inflation and a 7% return on your money that's active in the marketplace. That's where that rule of 25 comes from. So the question is, how close are you to that number? You and your spouse make $50,000 a year. You need what? $1.25 million. If you need $200,000, if you make $200,000 a year, you spend $200,000 a year. You need 25 times that. You need $5 million bucks. But there's a real interesting article that I read from MSNBC, and I watched a video from a guy by the name of Grant Cardone, and it talks about the new number. And MSNBC claims that the new number is $5 million. You need $5 million in net worth to be able to retire. And Grant's comment is he thinks it's actually $10 million. That's a big number.
1 minute.
That's a real big number for a lot of people. You're making $100,000 a year. Your household spends $100,000 a year. You have to figure out how to build a net worth of $2.5 million. On top of paying... Now let's explain what net worth is. It's assets less liabilities. What you got in all your checking accounts, your IRA, your 401k, less your student loan debt, house debt, car debt, $2.5 million. So we're going to talk about how to do that in single family and in multifamily. Yes, I'm investing in multifamily these days. On the other side of the break. This is Jason Bible, filling in for Tom Perry, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Heck, while we're on the radio,
Hello, real estate investors.
I'm sitting here
Do you
doing
need a
deals,
lender that
guys.
moves fast at the speed
Y'all can
of a
see
jet to
this.
fund your investment property?
The future is
Jet
now.
Lending will
The
help you
future is
purchase
now, that's
properties
right.
quickly with as little cash
I don't know
out
if
of
y'all
pocket
can
as
read
possible.
that, but
Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair.
we're looking at
costs.
3 houses
Jet
right now that are
Lending
rented for
has originated over
$13.50 a month.
2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals
see
for free
here.
and give you feedback on value, cost of repairs, and potential loan amount. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com. Oh, and don't forget about our famous Third Wednesday Super Investor Networking Meeting. Lots of fun, lots of great real estate talk. We'll see you there.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check.
Ooh,
for
that's a
truly
great question,
independent,
Brian.
Unbiased
I will bring that
foundation
up.
Evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400
Morning, Billy.
evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary pier work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713.
Sorry guys, it'd be chatting here, but we're like I said, we're working on this deal. 3 houses rented for $13.50 a month. I'm trying to get them for $270.
Are you looking for
Coming
an
back in 1 minute?
investor-friendly
Okay,
general
great.
contractor for your investment
Allegedly,
property?
they don't need any
Then
work,
call
so we'll
Fast
see.
Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992
Oh, I gotta send some wires in this morning.
or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
As soon as I get off the radio show,
Fast Track
gotta
Remodeling
send
specializes
Tex
in
America Type
turnkey
some money.
remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3
30
keys to
seconds.
success.
all right?
Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992.
Coming back, stand by.
Or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
This is Business 1110.
Hot mics.
All right. Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Today we're talking about the building blocks of wealth. I got a message here from a buddy of mine on Facebook, Brian. He says, Jason, how many different bankers are you using for your rentals? So let me explain my philosophy on money. And that is, you've got to have, just like anything else in life, you got to have, I don't want to say a primary and a backup, but you got to have two. Whatever you need, you got to have two of. You've got your banker that's maybe good for multifamily. You got a banker that's good for single family. Do the same thing with private lenders. So I use two. And I'll tell you what, that we had something happen last week that was tail end of last week that pretty much blew my mind, which I didn't think would ever happen. I have a really good banking relationship. I mean, a real good banking relationship. And we are doing, we have under contract 4 beach houses in Surfside right now. So I've had them under contract. I sent them over to my banker. He looks at him. He's like, yeah, no problem. We'll do it. And then all of a sudden we get to underwriting, and the underwriters freak out. It's 4 houses on 1 lot, and you can't subdivide them. The way they're placed on the lot, you can't break them apart. So it's like 4 individual little houses on 1 lot. The underwriter was like, oh, we can't do this. This is crazy. What? They're like heads exploding. Surfside, where's that? I don't know. What's Freeport? I mean, they don't understand this local market. This guy's a national banker. And he said, look, the underwriters are just wigging out on this thing. They're just going crazy. So he says, look, here's what we're going to do instead. I'm not going to be able to do this. Do you have another banker who can do this? Absolutely. I picked up the phone, called my other guy who's local. He's here in Houston. He said, oh, yeah, we can do that all day long. He said, we'll just treat it like a 4-plex. Which, you guys know, 1 to 4 units is single family. It's still single family. He said it doesn't matter if the 4 are all next to each other on top. It doesn't really matter. We'll just treat it as a 4-plex. We can totally do it. We'll close in January. Perfect. So I always like to have a couple of guys. I like to have, my primary crew, my backup crew. I like to have my, Benchmark obviously is great for insurance. I like to have a couple of these things because you don't know when you get the phone call that A is not going to work with B. You got to be a little bit flexible. That's why relationships are so important. A lot of people think that relationship means like I met you at a networking event, we shared a story, we both like camping, you like hunting, I like hunting, you like fishing, we're networking, we have a relationship. That's not what that means. When someone says we need to have when someone in the business world talks about relationships, it means we are trading business back and forth. There's a little bit of commerce that happens between the two of us. It's not simply I met you at a networking event. That's what relationship really means in business. And where a lot of new investors mess this up is where they'll go to, like, let's say a contractor, say a flooring guy is going to put in new vinyl plank flooring at one of your rentals. And they'll say, well, this is the first one of many, and we're going to be doing a lot of deals together, so I need your absolute best price. Well, how do you know you're going to do a lot of deals together? This is the first one. So let's start doing some deals together. Let's start building a relationship. Then let's talk about how we can work better with each other. Maybe you can get a little bit of a discount if you give them something in return. So that's how a relationship in the business world really works. It's not just happy hours and handshakes. It's trading commerce, being a good customer, being a good company to do business with. That's what a relationship really is. So let's get back to talking about the building blocks. Oh, so let me tie a bow around this one, Brian. I make sure I give business to both of those guys. If I have two bankers, one is actually a banker, one's a lender. There's a big difference between the two. There's a huge difference between a banker and a lender. This is another shocker to a lot of people who've been in the industry for a while. There's a big difference between a banker and a lender. Most people in the single-family real estate world are lenders. They're not bankers. The banking relationship can be really, really great, but you just don't necessarily walk into a bank and get a couple $1 million line of credit and then go buy real estate. So there's a big difference between the two. There's a banker and a lender, and I have both. And so I want to make sure that each one of those guys, and they're both guys, I want to make sure each one of those guys is receiving some financial compensation for being associated with me. For example, I give out a lot of referrals. So I may someone may come to me and say, hey man, I need somebody, I got a really weird project in Florida, and I'm sure you got a guy that can help me finance this ground up new construction in Florida. I'm like, yeah, I got the guy. Here's his number. Tell him I called you. Tell him I told you to call him, and I'll hook you guys up on email. I want to make sure that in a relationship, in a business relationship, that I'm driving business towards the guys that are driving business back to me. That's what a relationship really is. It's not going to a networking event and shaking a title company's hand. You know what it really is? Sending them business. Placing your business there. That's what a relationship is in the business world. So, Brian, that's what I do. I keep two of just about everybody on staff, if you will, or ensure that they know that we're trading commerce back and forth in case I need one or the other. Or one may be a better fit than the other, and that's okay. They should be okay with that. So that's how that relationship works. All right, let's talk about the building blocks of wealth. You got to figure out how much your expenses are. $100,000 a year, you need 25 times that. You need $2.5 million. I was reading an MSNBC article. I don't have it in front of me. I usually have articles in front of me. I don't have it in front of me this morning. But they say you're going to need about $5 million to retire. That's a big number. I'm watching Grant Cardone. He's doing one of his dog and pony shows on YouTube, and he's saying 10 mil. So then I started looking at, okay, well, let's say the number's $10 million, and I want to retire in 12 years. Now, you're probably wondering, Jason, how did you come up with the 12-year number? It's simple. My youngest son will not graduate from high school for another 12 years. He's 7. So I really can't live the jet-setting lifestyle of a retiree until my youngest has left the roost. So how do you make $10 million in 11 years? There's a couple ways to do it. I'll tell you how to do it in multifamily. It's actually pretty... I don't want to say it's easier in multifamily. It's easier the numbers get bigger in multifamily. If you're running on a 20% margin, all you've got to do is buy $50 million worth of apartment complexes. That's it, just 50. You just got to buy 50 million. You can buy one for 50 million, I guess. That'd be a really big one. I looked at a deal up in, actually I had a friend of mine go look at it. I got the deal in Fort Worth. It was a 260 unit, I think. I think we're going to be all in for $5 million, probably worth $7 million when we got done with it. After the partner splits and everything, I'd probably make $1 million out of it. Not bad for a couple years worth of work, right? But how many of those deals are there out there? I literally get one a year. I mean, so it's here's kind of the summary of single family versus multifamily. It's 6 of one, half dozen another. But here's what I know. There are a lot more single family deals out there than there are multifamily. So how do we make $10 million in single family? Oh, this is so simple, it'll blow your mind. We know with debt pay down, meaning paying down your mortgage, and with appreciation, and with cash flow, if you buy somewhere between 10 and 15 single-family houses a year for the next 11 years, 12 years, you should have a net worth of about $10 million. How do I know that? Well, here's how the numbers work out. If you end up 10, 12 years from now, somewhere between 140 and 150 rental properties, and the appreciation and the debt pay down continue at the same rate, meaning you're making some extra mortgage payments. Here's one thing I hear on a lot of radio shows. I hear it on YouTube. Oh, let's live on the cash flow.
2 minutes.
You're not going to live on the cash flow. We're not doing that. You can live off the cash flow of your rental properties when they're free and clear. Or you have a ton of them. You need to have a lot of them to be able to live on the cash flow. What you really want to do is you want to build your portfolio in such a way that it self-funds your next acquisition. Meaning, if you're $10,000 out of pocket to buy a single-family piece of real estate, and you want to do that every month, your real estate portfolio should produce about $10,000 a month in cash flow. That way you're not always having to pull out of your own pocket to buy your own deals. Let your portfolio buy its own deals. Can you buy 10 to 15 houses a year at $10,000 out of pocket? Yeah, we're talking about $100,000, $150,000 a year. Your portfolio could kick that much off. You're going to need about 30, 40 houses until that happens. But here's what happens. You get to 10, 12 years from now, you've done some debt pay down, appreciation's kicked in, and you got some cash flow. You sell half your portfolio, pay off the other half. You'll have a net wealth of about $10 million, and that portfolio will kick off $60,000 to $70,000 a month in cash flow. That's how you do it in single family. You only need 100-something houses over 12 years. It's like 10 a year. It's not that hard. It sounds hard at first. It's really not. It's easy to understand. Now you got to do some work. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get back from the breaks. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that.
All right, I'm going to grab some coffee. I'll be right back.
The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming
Back
apart?
in 1 minute.
Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations.
All right, I am lost
or
on the
selling you
show
unnecessary
clock. Let me
peer
see
work,
here.
but we are in the
This
business
is our
of
last long
evaluating your
segment?
foundation. Our product
right?
is designed
We still
for
got one
house
more break.
flippers,
Yeah, we got one
landlords,
more break, and
or
that's the short,
even
like,
owner-occupied
4-minute
properties.
segment. Okay.
Each of our files is reviewed
Yeah.
by a
All right.
licensed
I'm on
engineer.
track now.
Remember to check before ever repair.
Daniel will be here tomorrow, and then I'll be back in
346
Wednesday.
702-3825. That's
Coming back, standby.
702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
This is Business 1110.
Hot mics.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. If you're looking for more info, if this is the first time you're here listening to the show, you're probably like, what is going on? There's bankers and there's title companies and all this like crazy stuff. I don't understand any of this stuff. RightPathRealEstate.com. You can sign up for the next free event. They have them weekly here. It's a weekly free workshop where they walk you through the basics of real estate and how to build wealth and income with single-family real estate. So, rightpathrealestate.com, and you can sign up there. All right, so maybe I gave everybody some bad news. They need millions of dollars to be able to retire, and that's true. But you could get started today. I got a great question this morning on my drive in. Hey, Jason, what do you think of 401ks? And I'm not one of these guys that's going to get up here and tell you a 401k is worthless and you shouldn't invest in it and it's terrible. That's financially illiterate because that's not true. And so basically he asked me, hey, what did you do to get started in real estate? And I said, well, one thing I did is my wife and I always saved a lot of money. We were Dave Ramsey people. We saved buckets of money. Anywhere between 40 and 60% a year, that's what we were saving. It was a lot. We still do this now. What that allowed us to do, and this is really how you transition from full-time employee into retirement or into real estate investing, you've got to have a decent little nest egg. So step one is you do absolutely need 6 months of reserves in cash sitting in your checking account. If you spend $10,000 a month, you need to have at least 60 grand sitting in cash in a checking account. That's what we did. We just had all. Now, what was so silly about the whole thing is we were fortunate enough to never experience a job loss. The only thing we ever experienced was like, something goes out in the car or your hot water heater goes out and it's like $1,000. I mean, we never had that huge life event. But But what we did first is we made sure we had 6 months of expenses saved in cash sitting in a checking account. The second thing we did is, we did this at the same time, concurrently. We made sure that we were meeting at least the 401k match of our employer. I think that to me is a no-brainer. It's free money. Free money. Just your employer matches 3%, put in 3%. They match all the way up to 7%, put in 7%. Just match. It's not a big deal. We don't even include that in our savings number. It's just part of working at a company. It's part of, truthfully, to be completely honest, how employers work, it's part of your compensation package. So if you're not matching, you're not really taking advantage of the work that you're doing there. And then we would park our money into the least expensive fund we could find, some kind of passively managed indexed fund. And we just left that money there. Every month we put our money in to meet our match. Then we started real estate investing. Here's why this is important. You absolutely need money to invest in real estate. This isn't a get rich quick. This isn't a no money down. No, you don't need money to be successful. You absolutely must have money to be successful in real estate. It is required. To date, no one's given me a house for free that I've made money on for free. It doesn't work that way. It may work that way on the late night infomercials. It doesn't work like that in the real world. You got to have some money. When you start buying houses, one of the things that your banker is going to ask you is, what do you have in reserves? Meaning, look, are you going to be able to A, make your payments, and B, when something goes wrong, do you have the cash to write the check to get it fixed? There are no professional lenders that I know. This is hard money lenders. Actually, most private money lenders I know. Banks are not going to lend to someone who has no money. I don't care how great the deal is. I mean, unless it's a smoking deal, Jet Lending will probably lend on. I mean, if it's a really hot deal, but still, you still got to have some money. That's why those reserves are so important. So if you're starting out in real estate, or if you're listening to this for the first time and you're graduating college and Jason, what do I do next? I got a good job. I'm an engineer at XYZ company. First thing you got to do, let's get those 6 months of reserves sorted out. $50,000, $60,000, whatever the number is. And that number will grow as you mature. I'll tell you that. Once you start having kids and everything, that number starts growing. That's okay. Just be aware of that. So you want to have this stuff in reserve. Then we want to make sure, at least at the same time, we're doing our company's match. I don't disagree with people who disagree with 401ks. I question their mathematical prowess because it makes total sense. Now, here's where things get weird. If someone tells me, well, Jason, if I put this much away in savings and I got my 401k, I don't have enough money to feed my family. I don't have enough money to do X, Y, and Z. It's like, then you've got to work to get a better job. You need to make more money. It's real estate investing, and you've got to invest something. You've got to invest your time. You got to invest your capital. And at some point, when you get good, you start investing your talent. So the reality is you have to have something to invest in real estate. I got started with some money and some credit. Now, I borrowed money. More than likely, if you're a new investor, you're going to borrow money too. That's just part of the real estate game. Maybe you'll pay cash for stuff. I've paid cash for stuff before. But you got to have some money. So you got good credit. You got some reserves. You're matching your employer's contribution. The next step, number 4 in this process, is you and your spouse, if you are married, need to get pre-qualified for a long-term loan. You can call Jet Lending up, and they'll take care of this for you. Just give them a call. It's a one-page mortgage app. Send it to them, and they take care of it. But what you're going to want to do is you and your spouse, this is the optimal scenario. You and your spouse are married. You both have gainful employment. You got good jobs. You've got virtually no debt except for a single-family house and maybe a car. You've got maybe some student loans, but they're manageable with your income. You've got 6 months of reserves, and you've got good credit. The gold standard in lending is you want what's called the Fannie Mae loan. Actually, it's Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, depending on the scenario. But you want the least expensive capital for your first couple of real estate deals, and it's that Fannie Mae loan. It's the same 30-year loan you have on the house in which you live, or 15-year. It's what everybody gets when they go to buy a house, unless you somehow fall in a USDA loan or a VA loan, but most people don't. Most people get a traditional little mortgage. They go down to their, mortgage lender, their broker, maybe a mortgage lender they know from church or, undergrad. You went to college together. These are little 30-year fixed-rate mortgages. They're subsidized by the government. That's the real secret here. They really are subsidized by the government. They insure the mortgage. So what you're going to do is you are going to qualify for 10 of these mortgages, and if everything is perfect in your world, your spouse will also qualify for those 10 mortgages. My wife and I refinanced 3 houses. She bought 3 houses a couple of weeks ago. They're rehabbed, and 2, I think, are on the market to be rented. One of them's already rented. They're perfect little houses. We bought them as junkers. They were, complete disaster on the inside. Huge rehabs. So we finished the rehabs, and we refinanced them last Friday. And Sarah refinanced them into her portfolio on 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. Her interest, I think, is 5.86, if I remember. So 5.86% interest loan to a non-owner occupied property. That is a stellar rate, by the way. Most of the stuff I'm hearing right now are getting quoted at 6 and 6.5. So she got an absolute stellar rate on that thing. So now she's got a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. That mortgage will not change for 30 years. We can pay it off early. We can pay it off tomorrow if we wanted to. You can pay them off early. There's no penalties. The interest rate doesn't change. It's just a 30-year mortgage. It is the gold standard in the mortgage lending industry. And according to Fannie Mae's underwriting guidelines, each individual person can have 10 of those in their name. So in an ideal scenario, you would have 10 in your name, and if you're married, you'd have 10 in your spouse's name. And that is when the real estate game really starts. Because now you've got 20 properties bringing in net cash flow somewhere between $300 and $500 a month. Let's call it $400 to make the math simple. You've got 20 of these things now. That means you're bringing $8,000 a month in cash flow. Now, this is where things get a little weird. When people all of a sudden have $8,000 a month coming in passive income, their first inclination is to go out and buy BMWs and Lambos and get on Facebook and tell everybody they're a real estate investor. Don't do that yet. We're not doing that yet. We're going to take that $8,000 and we're going to build that portfolio up until it can buy houses without your capital.
1 minute.
So let's say it costs $10,000 to get into a real estate deal. And you've got $8,000 from the passive side. Now you only have to fuel your portfolio with another 2. Let's say you buy another 10. And those 10, maybe they're only bringing in $300 a month in cash flow. Well, now you're at $11,000 a month. And you can buy a house a month. The portfolio can buy a house a month. Well, what happened? Well, Jason, what happened if it's $20,000 out of pocket? Okay, so you buy a house every other month. You buy 6 houses instead of 12. But the whole idea is that the portfolio begins to feed on itself. And I'll explain how I'm doing this in my portfolio when we get back from the break. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Well, this coffee's not bad this morning. This is the Fake Donut Shop.
Time is money in a real
Not
estate
bad.
deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that.
All right,
You need
yeah,
a
this
quick
next break
turnaround
is
on
the short
quotes
one.
or binders?
Yeah, it's a quick one.
The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties.
I don't know what I'm
going
going
to
to do with
will help
myself
save
today.
Time and money.
I got to send some
Benchmark
wires
has been
and
in business for
I guess
over
look at
10
some
years,
properties.
And we insure over 30,000
Got to wash the truck.
Contact Benchmark about our
It's getting
exclusive
warm again. It's
investment
kind of chilly
package.
this weekend.
Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353.
It's always a great idea to go to the gym.
Yeah, gym's probably a good idea. I need to start doing that again. I think I've got
281-569-4353.
time to do it.
Or
So,
online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's
Billy, you are welcome.
benchmarkbroker.com.
Thank you for watching.
281-569-4353.
Morning, Glenn.
4353.
Thanks for your
Or
comments.
online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole
Do
doesn't
what?
carry a license, nor is it
Yeah.
regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional
Coming back
engineers
in 1 minute.
to review
All right.
all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346
Sorry, 1 minute and 30 seconds.
702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Hello, real estate investors. Do you need a lender that moves fast at the speed of a jet to fund your investment properties? Jet Lending will help you purchase properties quickly with as little cash out of pocket as possible. Jet Lending also sets up a repair escrow fund to help you with repair costs. Jet Lending has originated over 2,000 loans in Texas, valued at over $250 million. Jet Lending will help you evaluate your deals for free and give you feedback on value, cost of repairs, and potential loan amount. Jet Lending is your fast and friendly hard money source for first-time investors and seasoned professionals. Call 281-872-7800 or email us at info@jetlending.com. Oh, and don't forget about our famous Third Wednesday
Raymond,
Super
that is a
Investor
great
Networking
question, and
meeting.
I will talk
Lots
about
of
it once we
fun,
get back from the break.
Lots of great real estate talk. We'll see you there.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen
Coming back in
Appraisal.
20 seconds.
Next
Okay.
Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911.
Coming
or
back,
check
stand by.
us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
This is Business 1110.
Hot mics.
Oh, you gotta love the music. It's the final countdown. It's the final segment. Got a great question here from Raymond. He says, hey, once you and your wife use up your 10 Fannie Mae and Freddie for a total of 20 houses, how do you keep buying? Whose name do you put them in? This is where the world of single-family real estate investing starts to get real fun. There are commercial lenders and commercial bankers out there that will lend to you on all types of deals. In fact, they have 30-year mortgages right now. Heck, they got some crazy, like my banker's got some crazy stuff right now where he can do a 30-year mortgage that's 10 years interest only. But here's what I'll tell you. A lot of those loan products and loan types are predicated on you as a borrower and operator. What do I mean by that? When you're buying houses with your 10 Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loans, they don't really care how good you are as a real estate investor. They just want to know that it's fixed up and it's rented and your debt to income ratio is in such a way that they're able to add this property to your portfolio. When you go beyond those 10 houses individually or 20 from a couple, those type of lenders are going to ask questions like, well, how many properties do you own? Can you send me your tax returns and P&Ls just for the properties? How many rehabs have you managed? How much in rehab? How extensive are those rehabs? This experience, the resume your banker is looking for, is going to directly relate or correspond to what you're going to borrow. Meaning, they want to see that you can manage a rehab. So if you've got some bigger rehabs, that you've got the right crew in place. They want to see that that you are a good operator. Meaning you can get the property turned, you can get tenants back in there as quickly as possible when they switch over. The reason they want to see those things is how much you pay for that money is going to be directly related to how good you are and how much experience you've got in the real estate investing business. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they jump right into the commercial side and they're brand new. And what's good is let's get some experience. Even if it's 12 months or 20 houses, let's get some experience to drive down those commercial rates. But that's what ends up happening after 20 houses. So I want to thank everybody for listening to the show today. We've got some free events coming up. If you guys go to the Right Path Real Estate page, you can learn all about this stuff. Tom and Daniel do a great job of explaining how this works and how to get started and who to use as a contractor and how to get the money and how do I get pre-qualified and where do I find deals and what happens if something goes wrong, what can go wrong, what can't go wrong, the types of insurance we should get. They explain all that stuff and how to build wealth and income with real estate. Just go to rightpathrealestate.com. All the information is there. It's a fantastic website. And come on out to one of the free events and see one of the guys and get to meet some of the team here with Right Path. Again, I want to thank you guys for having me on the show today. Daniel will be on the show tomorrow with Build Your Team
30
Tuesday.
seconds.
I will be back on the show Wednesday, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about what we're doing in my portfolio, so I didn't have time to finish that today. And then I'm going to talk about what's going on in the market. Everybody's freaking out about single-family real estate market right now, and I want to share with you guys what is actually going on. I'll give you a pro tip. Just don't read the national news anymore.
10 seconds.
So, all right, thanks a lot, guys. I will see you Wednesday. Daniel will see you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mics are off.
All right, thanks.